Hey, RetconRaider here. Before we get started, I'd just like to thank the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible. With special thanks to Anerdinwarpaint, Antonio Hernandez, Matthew Holmquist, Nathan Welch Jr., and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3, as we continue rummaging through this ramshackle settlement in search of riches and adventure. And I suppose also a possible cure for the Mind Flayer thing, but you know that's kind of a secondary concern. Anyway, we do still have a fair number of people we actually have to talk to, so let's get back to it.
And we'll have a dog, right?
They don't allow them in Baldur's Gate. Cats, though?
A little orange cat. And a house with a little door so that it can come and go as it pleases.
What'll we name it? I like Jeffrey.
What is this cat you speak of?
Small. Whiskers. Meow meow. You know, cat.
Thank you. That does clear things up. And what use do you have of this creature?
Well, they're excellent mouses. And their little faces are so cute.
A vermin hunter. I approve.
Exactly.
Where are you from, where there are no cats, by the by?
Oh, yes, I am. From a land far from here.
Yeah, I figured. But no matter, we're going to make ourselves a new home in Baldur's Gate. You can too.
Well, travel with us if you like. Maybe we can show you to squirrels and ducks on the way.
Not show me squirrels and ducks, but show me two squirrels and ducks. It is an important distinction.
What comes next?
We finished this bottle. Got enough dead to toast anyway.
Not the worst plan you've had lately.
I am just really tickled that they decided to go all in with the idea that Gith have no idea how the prime material plane works. I mean, it makes sense. I just didn't expect them to do it. But hey, now we know what cats are. Ah, so that's where Zevlor is hiding. Plus what looks to be a bodyguard and/or advisor. I'm sure he won't mind if we touch all his things. Huh. He actually doesn't have any of this marked as owned. That is a shame. The Devil You Know. An autobiography. A slim volume. Pages dog-eared from use. Have you ever had a god change your blood? It is a horrifying thing, even for those who may desire it. Yet few tieflings wished for Asmodeus to claim their bodies, only to be given no choice in the matter. It is not as if we were well loved before the Archdevil's gambit. Our people have always struggled against the notion of devilkin, as if a single drop of infernal ichor inescapably corrupts. How amusing, when so many others willingly sell their souls to fiends, yet their culture as a whole escapes the blame. By what methods can we redeem ourselves when the crime is not ours? I would drive a blade into every warlock that aided Asmodeus's damned ritual. But personal vengeance cannot undo the will of a god. much less one as slippery as the Lord of Lies. When every passerby thinks you a thief and heretic, it is deeply tempting to become one. The only thing that has stopped me is knowing Asmodeus wants nothing more than for all of us to fall from grace. Interesting. I will say I was definitely a little surprised that we ran into so many tieflings right off the bat, and it really seems weird to me that this early part of the story focuses on how well or poorly they are treated by the other races in Faerun. I know that tieflings have been around since, I want to say, 2nd edition with Planescape, but I never really saw them as being a prominent part of the Faerun setting.
No word from the scouts yet? Have you spoken to Korga?
No, I have not.
Of course, you have your own business to attend to. But if the druids won't abandon this ritual of theirs, it will be trouble. For all of us. Have you spoken to Korga?
No, and I want to discuss something else.
What is it?
I am looking for the one called Zorru.
You'll find him in camp. What do you want with him?
He has seen others of my kind. I wish to know more.
I suppose that's between the two of you. You'll find him in the caves, but we won't stay here much longer. See that you don't distract him from his duties. Have you spoken to Korga? What is it?
What brings your people out into the wilds?
We are refugees from Elturel. We took shelter here after gnolls and goblins attacked us on the road. We were bound for Baldur's Gate, and it was too late to turn back. Elturel had no place for tieflings after the Descent.
The Descent, an infernal conspiracy that had seen the entire city of Elturel briefly dragged to the Hells.
And I guess that would explain how they're in the setting. If your people survive that, they'll survive anything.
So I hoped, but we've lost so many already. And more will die if we're forced out again.
Why did Halsin go with the adventurers?
Some artifact Aradin was hunting. I don't know any more than that, and I don't want to. This grove is poorer for losing Halsin, but I have my own people's concerns to look to.
And what of you?
You're the one who helped at the gate. Glad to have another sword. We might need it.
Yes, well, rest assured we will be slaying anything that raises arms against us. Whether or not that is helpful to you will remain to be seen. On the origins of the Zhentarim, a loose sheaf of paper printed with an eye for quantity over quality. An excerpt from the ongoing metatext Rebound by Iosefa Elgin. But perhaps greater still than their monopoly as the continent's largest private army, the true achievement of the modern Zhentarim is in the sanitized image they present to the world. Viewed by most as an efficient, if unscrupulous, mercenary organization, few would guess at the Black Network's dark origin, as a cult dedicated to the dark god Bane, once bent towards bringing all peoples to heel beneath his creed of tyranny and domination. Many among their ranks scoff when confronted with this fact, citing overblown conspiracies and reassuring me that the only gods to whom the Zhentarim give worship today are the twin deities Prophet and Power. This is not to say that the organization has entirely shed its dark side, however. Alongside the clenched fist of their military, another hand works from the shadows to ensure that the network prospers, even in peacetime. For just as vital as the movement of troops is the movement of goods, legal or otherwise, and there is no border or market that is ever truly closed to one bearing the seal of the Black Network. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear the Zentrum are still doing okay for themselves. I was a bit concerned after we killed their god back in Baldur's Gate 2. Though, come to think of it, I do seem to recall something about Bane coming back to life in 3rd edition. So, who knows? Front and Center, a Thespians Memoir. An insightful reflection on becoming someone new. That seems odd. In fact, the greatest joy of my life hasn't been acting, but becoming. When you choose a character to play, you don't just wear a mask. You take a little of their soul for your own. Whoever you are in your heart of hearts changes, if only by the faintest mote.
No word from the scouts yet?
Intriguing. I'm honestly not sure why Zelvar would have that one. Doesn't really seem to match the theme here. Map of Eltergard.
Eltergard. A lot of territory to cover before Baldur's Gate. And any cure found there.
Gnolls and goblins marked on the map. Travel won't be easy.
An aging map of Eltergard and its surroundings. The cities of Baldur's Gate and Elturel are both marked, but it's the wilderness in between that's covered in notes, symbols, and ciphers. The freshest ink marks pictographs of goblins and gnolls, shown gathering in the forests and hills nearby. Lovely. A Traveler's Guide to Baldur's Gate. An older book on Baldur's Gate, well-traveled and well-read. Variety is the blood of the city itself, for better or worse. The devoted will find a place to worship, the dedicated will find work to be done, and let it be fully understood by many who wish to visit. The criminal enterprises in Baldur's Gate thrive as heartily as the rest. I think we are actually starting to get a bit of a picture here. We've got books on the Black Network, how to act, and the criminal enterprises in Baldur's Gate, right next to a map to Baldur's Gate. Traveler's Guide to the Sword Coast, Volume 4, The Risen Road. An old, cheaply bound book that's starting to fall to pieces. The stained, well-thumbed pages are filled with traveling advice that seems to be decades out of date. Those who seek to journey to the coast from the interior regions lying to the east will typically seek out the Risen Road. Running parallel to the river Chionthar, the Risen Road provides an overland route all the way from Elturel to Baldur's Gate, and has proven tempting to travelers seeking an alternate to the river barges that sail the Chionthar. A portion of the road, approximately halfway between Elturel and Baldur's Gate, has in recent years developed into an enclave for Selûne worship, with a temple of not insignificant splendor lying near the road. Indeed, an entire village, Moonhaven, has developed alongside the temple, and can provide food and shelter to weary travelers. Farther east lies the citadel of Moonrise Towers, where a toll is required for onward passage of goods and folk alike. Some are tempted to go off-road in order to avoid the toll. However, bandits and other dangers may cause them to pay a much steeper price. That actually gives us some very valuable context about exactly where we are. I suppose it also explains how the tieflings got into this situation. They're essentially following a guidebook that must be like 40 or 50 years out of date at this point. I mean, clearly, all of these landmarks have since fallen into ruin. The mention of the Moonrise Towers is interesting, though, because that is where that second Harpers Cache is hidden. At any rate, I believe we have finished touching just about everything in here. Oh, hold on. Aha! That certainly looks promising. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think we can go down that pit over there. Let's go ahead and clear these boxes, and then we'll check out this ladder. Nice. You know, odds are we're never actually going to drink any of this stuff, but 10-to-1 gold-to-weight ratio. That's not too shabby.
No word from the scouts yet.
Huh. I really thought we'd find some treasure up here. But I guess the wine and rum is treasure enough. All right, heading up.
Goblins, gnolls. So many ways to die.
Hello there. I will be over there in just a second. Okay, let's chat.
Used to think the goblins would kill us the second we set foot outside. But after hearing what you did at the gate, well, I still think they'll kill us, but at least we can put up a fight.
A defeat is a defeat. There is no glory in that.
No, it's a joke.
Oh, I see. Yes, quite amusing.
Thanks. You're all right. We need to move. No point staying here, twiddling our thumbs.
Okay, so we're up on some sort of secluded guard post or something. I mean, we can see the entire tiefling area from here. And this might actually mark the boundary between the settlement and the wilderness. Interesting. That looks like an alternate entrance into the Druid Conclave. Assuming we didn't want to go through the front gate for some reason. We do have this chunk of unexplored territory here, though. That might bear investigating. Oh, yeah, we've definitely got something going on over there.
These tieflings prove fragile. I've a mind to end their misery myself.
Calm yourself. They're survivors, not soldiers.
I fail to see the distinction.
Just idle banter between two Gith? Nothing to see here. Okay, now I do want to see whatever's going on over here, but I think that's a bit beyond the scope of what we're doing today. But you know what? Let's go ahead and have someone scout this path. It's right here in front of us, so we might as well see where it goes. I will return momentarily. Please refrain from killing each other in my absence. Oh, yep. We are now officially in the forest. Oh.
He's so pale.
Stop it! You're scaring him.
Huh.
You're all right, Ed. You're all right.
That is not what I was expecting to find. I really thought we were just going to find some treasure or something. Though, that does appear to be something we can reach from outside. Okay, well, this is definitely taking us well beyond what I assumed we'd be doing today. But I am a bit worried that we might have set off some sort of hidden timer. If we put that off, that guy might actually die before we can intervene, so... Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and check that out. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't genuinely curious. Alright, looks like we need to head back to the gate, then hook a left. No, a right. We would be heading west. You know what, we can just teleport. There, now it should just be a straight shot west. A slightly northern turn once we get past the gate. And then I immediately went the wrong way. Neat. Yeah, that looks slightly more like it. Oh, and you know what? Now that we know what a cat is, we can actually justify summoning one. Behold, the magic cat! With 2 hit points. I'm gonna feel real bad when that thing dies. I suppose I really could just summon a different familiar, but I do want to give this thing a fair shot.
So, you know about these parasites. Will we survive them?
Only if my people extract them. The only other cure is the blade.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yeah, can't really disagree with Asterion. That looks promising.
Tracks. Small, bipedal. Goblins, perhaps.
But we don't want to get too sidetracked. We're really just out here for the dead guy.
You're going to be all right.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
Peel!
Stop it! You're scaring him. You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
You know what? Let's go for the strange mind powers. Iluthin does seem like the type. I mean, wisdom's not exactly our strong point, but it's worth a shot. I go where I wish. Oh, well. Success!
I'm so sorry. It's our brother, True Soul Edwin. He's injured and I wasn't thinking.
A shiver runs across your mind. You feel sated. The injured man locks eyes with you. The parasite writhes in your head.
Okay, we'll bite. What's the worst that could happen?
Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brynna. New recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them. Mind the true soul. He will... He...
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now.
A true soul. Thank the Absolute. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen, like you.
Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
Interesting. So why did this guy think that we're some sort of true soul? It could be because we've got those gauntlets in our inventory, but it might actually be related to the modified tadpole that we all have in our heads. Because they certainly seem to be playing up the whole Illithid angle behind the scenes there. Explain this absolute to me.
What? Are you testing us? The Absolute is our goddess. She's going to rip down the old world order, start a new one. Then we'll be the ones with the power. Well, you will firstly, True Soul. You don't need me to explain that.
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice, and when the time comes, the true souls, you will rule.
Oh, I like these two. All zeal and no brains.
Yes, thank you, Asterion. A crude summary. You have much more to learn of our faith, novice.
I'm sorry, true soul. I only repeated what I thought I knew. It seems the Absolute still has a great deal to teach me.
Why exactly are you out here? The wilderness is dangerous.
We know that all too well, sir, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives, survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
Oh, yes, of course. Fugitives. As am I. What happened to your brother, exactly?
An oil bear. It had him on the ground before we had a chance to react. We managed to drag him away, but the beast's claws had already done their work. I told Edwin not to look in that cave. It was filthy with oil bear tracks.
So we know these guys are looking for us, but we don't know exactly why they're looking for us. I mean, they're using the word fugitive, so that certainly has negative connotations. You know what? We gotta go for it. This is the only way we're going to get better context about the Absolute and what we've gotten ourselves into. So, these fugitives. Tell me more.
We don't know what they look like, but anyone who survived that crash is bound to be injured. That's enough to get us started. The Absolute wants them found. At any cost.
Oh, now that is intriguing. So basically, we could admit that we are the fugitives, we could send them off to die, or we could just tell them to take a hike. I mean, we're not exactly playing a nice guy, so there's not much reason to just spare these people, especially not if they're linked to the Ilithid conspiracy. And if they're gonna die, we might as well do it ourselves. That way we get the experience points for it. Yeah, we've already come this far. Let's go for it. I am a survivor of that crash. It would appear you have found me.
You! Brenna, kill him!
Yeah, that seems about right. You know, I really didn't think we'd be killing anyone today, but here we are. El Gato? Hey, not too shabby. Boo. Ah, you have mildly inconvenienced one of us. What will we do? Yeah, I guess that works.
True soul, absolute? What did they mean?
They're clearly devoted to the Absolute, whatever that is.
You think? Well, let's have a closer look. I'm sure we've got a clue here somewhere. shaft of a broken spear. The remainder of a spear shaft, snapped cleanly in the middle. Not sure how that helps us.
The man is dead, but something shifts beneath his features. A glistening tadpole emerges, slithering up past a sightless eyeball. The same as the creature behind your eye.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, I guess all that speculation was pointless. Yeah, let's kill this thing.
One squeeze should do it, but you stop short. How could you think of harming something so beautiful, so pure?
Very easily. The fact that I don't want to do it is what I find odd.
The tadpole plops to the ground. Now is your chance to stomp it into the dirt. But it's too precious, too sweet, isn't it?
No, I refuse.
You raise your heel and crush the parasite into the ground. Intense regret washes over you, churning your stomach.
Wow, they did not make that easy.
This so-called true soul carried a tadpole. Their absolute is no god. It is a geich deception sown by the parasites devouring their minds. That such a thing lives inside me is unbearable.
Yep, well, on the bright side, we're not squids yet. A deception? Do you think the Absolute is a mind flayer ploy?
The voice is real. Its words are a fraud. Shared delusion is not a conventional symptom. The mind flayers have a plan for these true souls. Which means they've a plan for us.
What voice is she talking about? I feel like I missed something. Unless she means the voice that asked us who we are and what we dream of during character creation. If that's the case, that's not exactly memorable. How about you, Shadow? What do you make of all this?
Did you feel that? It wasn't us doing the talking. There was a power behind the words. The parasite. We spoke, but it commanded.
Oh dear, I didn't even think of it that way. Just who is being manipulated here? Those we speak to? Us? Both?
I'm not sure I want to know the answer to that question. But I doubt these pests are acting out of kindness towards us. We have to be careful. There's a lot we don't know, but we still have a choice. For now.
Yeah, she might actually have a good point there. We might want to back off on the psychic powers, at least for a little while. Given how reactive this game seems to be, even with a lot of the smaller stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually did keep track of how often you use those powers, and then threw it back in your face somewhere down the line. Okay, well, we're definitely not getting back in that way, which is fine. We can just circle back around to the gate. But as long as we're out here, I guess we really should take a look at that mysterious goblin door. Okay, so where are we? Underground passage. Thanks, map title. We've got a chest over here, along with some explosive barrels. That's an unusual combination. We've got some blood down below, and I'm pretty sure we just caught a glimpse of an enemy health bar. Yeah, there it was again. Alright, let us proceed with the utmost caution. There we go. We've got a goblin perched on a precarious cliff. Tracker worm. Oh, we've got another door, too. Let's give it another quick peek. Oh yeah, there we go. We've got 2 more goblin trackers. And, we've got at least 2 other exits down here. This tunnel might actually pop up in multiple spots around the Druid Conclave. Okay, I think we can just run up, shove her off the cliff, and then kill all 3 of them from above. This should make for a pretty easy fight. This game always keeps me guessing, though.
Did some bleeding arts show up to save the druid? I'll cut you to pieces! Kill 'em!
Oh, okay. Well, it would appear that one of these guys, I think it was this one, Brawler Gesh here, spotted us through a solid cliff face. You know, I would call bullshit, but doesn't really matter now. Here we are. Let's do this. Cool. Let's try that again. Even better. Nice, nice. Quite an arm on that goblin. Those guys rock what? 8 strength? Alright, that does make me feel a bit better. Let us commence with the stabbing. I suppose the trick here is going to be actually getting everyone up into visual range. Yeah. That requires direct line of sight, so that's not going to work. I suppose if we really wanted to get cheesy, we could just start lobbing crates down at them. Oh, but you know what we can do? that person is still alive, so maybe we can... we're just out of range. Okay, I do think we're going to go for that, though. Next turn. Ah, the hunter prowls. And here we are with a fresh batch of vermin right around the corner. Perfect. I guess Asterion's there too. You know, maybe he can lob some shots down. Maybe if we get him on a slightly more elevated perch. Whoa, nice. Well, Asterion, you have earned your keep for another day. Oh, what's that? I didn't realize he'd killed their boss. Just as well, I suppose. Didn't seem like much of a negotiator. You know, this might be a terrible idea, but... Yep. I think we all saw that coming. That's fine, long as it keeps the gobbo distracted. Rise from your grave. Oh. Well, I don't like that. Sick 'em. Shoot. You know what? I just realized the mud is slowing us down. Alright, let's get past that acid. Hey, look at that. And now everyone's taking a celebratory splash through that acid.
Oh, thank you. I thought I was gonna die down here.
How did those goblins slip into the grove?
Oh, it's my fault. I thought I'd given them the slip, but they followed me through the tunnel back there.
Interesting.
I must tell the others what happened. I stepped careful. There are traps in these tunnels. And thank you again.
Oh, yeah, no problem. So he headed for this door over here. But we do have at least one other door over there. Yeah, these seem to come up right under the Druid Conclave. Well, let's see what we got here. Ah, nice. 2 arrows of acid. Though it is a shame we lost that one they fired at us. You know what? That puddle of acid is very unfortunately placed, so let's see if we can clear that up. Cool. My cats also love running through caustic chemicals. And problem solved. Alright, let us commence with the looting. Well, we've actually got some good stuff here. Nothing spectacular, but I imagine that's what the ominous-looking chest is for. Not sure I like the looks of that. That is a really sturdy-looking chest, too. Asterion, you want to have a look at this? Wait, what? What was that? Did you spot something? I love the subtle context clue you've given me by not pointing anything out or saying anything. Are we all clear? I mean, nothing's... Oh. Guys, I think I figured out what Asterion spotted. And thus ends the story of Iluthin and the rest of his party. Oh, sure, Shadowheart survived, but she just rolled their corpses, kicked some dirt on the bodies, and scarpered off to Baldur's Gate, where she then turned into a squid. There was no indicator, right? No red outline, no trap written in parentheses next to that chest after we detected the trap. Anyway, I believe I saw an autosave indication when we came in. This seems like a good stopping point. We'll hit the pause button for now. I will roll back and reset us to right before we played with that chest. And we will pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and remember, Although I do love playing Baldur's Gate 3, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official YouTube and Twitch channels, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. As always, links are in the description.
Meow meow. You know, cat.